Hey guys, welcome back. All right, what we have here is a Ruger American Gen 2. We do have a Vortex Crossfire on top. This is a new 618 and she's pretty dang nice. I'm trying to see if I can't hold it steady enough and do a rough end, like just a real bore stop real quick, so that I know we're on paper at 50 and then we can back it up to 100 and I know we'll be good. Okay, now we're about 2 inches down, inch to the left. So I think we can safely say we can go back to 100 from here, and we're gonna be on paper, guys. So let's go. Real quick, guys, a couple things. Sponsors for the channel, Gun Connection out of Taylor, Texas. They've been a huge supporter of me and my channel for a couple years now. I don't know where I'd be without those guys. I mean, as far as just good people and help make me a better person. So I do love them a lot. But also the Vortex Crossfire was kind of donated to the channel. It was Vortex kind of provided it to the channel so that we could do some videos on it. We can get some information on it because it really is a phenomenal scope. You guys really need to go check it out. I know they sell them at Gun Connection in Taylor, Texas. They are going fast. They are hot because they are nice. I mean, that's just being honest. They are restocking, but if you want one, if you're interested, you better hurry up because they're not going to last long, guys. They can get them only as fast as they can get them, but I'm telling you, hurry up. Okay, so we're about to get started here. Up range, we did put a clean target up earlier. And what I did is I went to the 50 yards. I was just kind of doing a rough bore sight on this rifle just to get it on paper. And as you guys saw while I was down there, we hit one that was high to the right. And then the second one was low to the left. And so I knew when we got low to the left, about 2 inches low, slightly to the left, I knew we were going to be on paper down range or up range. All right, guys, what I like to do, this is the new Vortex Crossfire. And in case you're wondering, I know we kind of mentioned it down range when we were at the 50, but this is the new Ruger American Gen 2. This is a Ruger 204, one of the fastest rounds that are mass produced on the market. And what we're doing right now is kind of getting this rifle, we need to get the scope sighted in. We need to get this thing ready to go so we can shoot some coyotes. But one of the first things I have to do is we have to set the ocular focus. And there's a few different ways to do it. The book recommends one way. I don't do it that way. What I like to do is I kind of mess with it down there. But what I like to do is here, I come at the 100 to known distance, 100 yards. I turn my my parallax. Yes, this scope has a parallax. The parallax adjustment on this scope go from down to 15 yards, and then you turn it up and it goes all the way to 500 to infinity. But right now I do have it on 100, and what I do is I have the parallax at 100, we're at 100 yards, and I come in here and I adjust the focus to make sure that the reticle is nice and crisp. Once I get it where I like it, and then I leave it there, and you should never really have to mess with it again unless your eyes change. When you get older, kind of like I am, your eyes kind of change over time, so you may have to come and adjust it from time to time. Some people recommend doing it from like 100 and go and do it at 50. Some people say do it 100 and go out to 400 or 500 and do it again. We don't have that option here, but I find doing it here at 100 it works for me at all distances so far. Haven't had a whole lot of issues with it, and I'm not gonna lie, this glass is pretty nice and the reticle is pretty crisp right now, so I like where it's at. We have our parallax at 100, and so we're going to send a couple rounds. So this rifle shoots sub MOA groups, like I want to say it was like half MOA roughly with this ammunition. This right here is a Hornady Super Performance varmint. It is 40 grain VMAX, and nice shooting rifle, really good I feel like for kids, varmints, different things. If you want to shoot, if you want to take your kids hunting for varmints, really nice round for easy, no recoil, easy for kids. But so because I know it's shooting sub MOA groups, I'm just going to shoot one, make some adjustments. Once I get close to the bullseye, then we'll start shooting 3 group shots. 3 shot groups. One, two. So we're 3 inches low. 3 inches low, 2 inches to the left. So we're going to adjust the turret. I do like the way they have the turrets on here. Instead of having anything where you need tools you need to adjust it with, or you kind of like, sometimes I'll use the bottom of a bullet or a screwdriver, whatever, but it's real easy to just use your hands. So we need to come up 3 inches, and to the right roughly 2. Now on these models here, it is one click is a 1/4 MOA. Now there is one model, I believe it's the 1-4, that the 1-4 scope is half inch, half MOAs per click, but every other model is a 1/4 inch or 1/4 MOA for every click. So we came up 3, went to the right 2. We're gonna see what she does. This trigger is awesome. Okay, still shows to be about 1 inch to the left. We're gonna shoot one more just to see. Oh man. And so yeah, we're about 1 inch to the left, so we need to come to the right one more inch right there. So when you talk about the glass on this rifle, like I have 2 Crossfire 2s, and man, the glass is so much better. Oh my gosh, I don't think anybody would be disappointed with the glass on this rifle. If, oh man, for under 300 bucks, I mean, the glass is phenomenal. Glass is phenomenal. The reticle is beautiful. So I do like what Vortex does with their optics. They have a free floating center dot that is just phenomenal, and I like it. And with those half MOA targets I have down there, I can get this thing right inside that half MOA target, inside the half MOA bullseye. I see just a little bit of a white glimmer around the outside of it, and I'm in there, man. And I love it. I love this reticle. I really do. Now, we talk about the free floater center dot. That right there on this specific model here, it has an illuminated reticle. Now on this one, you have 1 to 6 power, but in between each digit, you have 1 power, then you have it off, then it's 2, then it's off. So you don't have to crank it all the way to what you need and crank it all the way off. Basically, once you find an illumination that you like, whether you're shooting in daytime, low light, or dark, once you find an illumination you like, you only have to click it one time to turn it off, and then one time to turn it on. You don't have to crank it and then try to find that setting that you like. So once you have what you like, you're good to go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to switch to the top left corner. See where we hit. We just nailed a bullseye. Oh my gosh. But we're going to shoot a group and see how the group does. But we just hit a bullseye, and it sighted in that easy, that fast. I've had other scopes that don't sight in this easy or that fast. I mean, we're 8 rounds in. I spent 2 downrange. Just to kind of bore sight, or a rough little bore sight, and I came down here and just kind of walked it in pretty easy. Dude, like we just stacked it in there. That's awesome, man. Dude, they're just all in there, man. It's awesome. One thing that I really love about this optic is that I kept calling the height and wind, or the left and right and the up and down turrets, and the reason why is because on these it's actually recommended that once you have it zeroed, that you move your turrets, you set them to 0. That way, when you make adjustments in the field, essentially if you want to make some windage adjustments or some elevation adjustments in the field as you're shooting long distance, then when you're done, you can move it back to 0. Pretty easy, pretty quick adjustment, man. Not too bad at all. Basically what I did is I just unscrewed it all the way. Obviously, it's unscrewed all the way, comes off, just pull it off the top, put it on 0, set it down. Really simple. This is good. Now when I snug it down, I moved it, so I'm gonna go back to 0. Now what I'm gonna do real quick, and I'm wishing now I'd left the camera downrange, but that's all right. I'm gonna shoot it one more time just to make sure that nothing got bumped, nothing got moved. It's just my process, guys. One more time. Bullseye, dude. Bullseye. God dang, man. Oh my gosh, this gun is phenomenal. Okay guys, so real quick recap. Now what Vortex decided to do is come back and look at the new Crossfire line and what can they do to improve and what they can do to be different. And to be honest with you, I think they just really, no, I think they've just dominated they dominated the optic world. Any optic less than $300, like, you're not going to beat this one. You're not going to beat this product. Number one, the glass is phenomenal. The eye relief is, man, is nice. I know sometimes some of them you have to come too close, so it's hard to find that spot, but naturally just right there, man, like, that is awesome. Reticle's great. They improved the reticle. They made a finer center reticle, but they also gave it their free floating center dot, and also on top of that, it's illuminated. Another thing Vortex did was they put parallax adjustments on the rifle. Now what that does is that basically puts the reticle and the target on the same focal plane. Now some of y'all may not really understand that, but basically it's going to make you more accurate. It's going to make for a crisper image, I find, but also it's going to make you more accurate, especially when you're shooting downrange. The fact that they have 0 in turrets, you can 0 your turret and you can make some adjustments downrange. That's phenomenal. I think that's phenomenal. No other under $300 scope does that I've ever seen. If it is, comment, let me know. I don't know any other reticle or any other scope company that does that, but as far as under $300, you have basically turrets. You can go up in elevation, you can adjust for windage, and you can shoot long range for under a $300 optic, which is phenomenal. Now what I did like is the fact is it was easy to sight in, easy adjustments, and it was quick, fast, easy. I like that. What I don't like is when I go up 4 clicks and all of a sudden it jumps up 2 or 3. I don't like that. Like, it needs to be, when I say 1/4 inch click, it goes a 1/4 inch click. Now like I said earlier, all the models of the Vortex Crosshair are 1/4 inch MOA clicks, but or 1/4 MOA clicks, except for the 1:4 power scope. That one there is a 1/2 inch or half MOA clicks, half MOA adjustments every click. I hope I'm saying this right. But regardless, man, I really think Vortex did it, man. I really think when you ask why, what did they change? They changed a lot. And I think the most important thing that I think is the most important part is the reticle in the glass. I think that is just unbeatable. When you look at the price, oh man, it's nice. I like it. We got a range day coming with this thing, guys. We'll play with the turret so you guys can see how that goes. For right now, I can only do 100. I could probably go back to 150 if I really wanted to, but that's the point of that. If I can't go to 300-400 yards, that's not worth doing. But regardless, another range day coming with this guy. More to talk about because the Vortex Crossfire is fire. Love y'all. I'll see y'all later.